Here we are again. What are we working on? So, we're going to be working on installing the retro sound antenna, and we're also going to be installing the cowl hood rubber piece. And I kind of slipped it in there just to see what needed to be done. I never changed that piece out. I kind of always just kind of left it how it was. But the old one is gone. It's just in pieces. It looks horrible. And we've already gone this far. That piece was like, I don't know, like $12 or something. But I think it's gonna cost us more work to just throw it in than anything. But it's all good. It's a learning experience for me, for most of you guys. Maybe you guys want to change it out one day, and like me, don't really know what it takes to do that. But I do want a new piece in there. The firewall shocks are in, look amazing. They work just fine. Had to modify them a little bit to make them work, but I mean that's just the name of the game. But I did notice that now we need to remove the hood to put that rubber piece in. So I got my little strap tied up to the canopy. I think what I'm going to do, I already scribed the side of both of these so we can put them back where they're at right now. We're going to loosen it and hope it doesn't get too wild. Maybe I could just move it up forward a little bit, just enough to get the screws back there. And I hope this thing doesn't fall down. So let's do that. Off the stand, so it worked. Check it out. What I did is I bolted the whole thing, and then I put the very top bolt on the very last bolt hole. I hope that makes sense. But it's like completely up, the whole thing. It's bolted up, the bottom to the top, top to the bottom. I don't really know how to explain to you guys, but basically what I did was slide it all the way up and put it on the other bolt hole, and I have this thing still holding it, and it is holding it. But I think it was just enough room for us to, oh yeah, plenty of room. So basically we need to get here. Under here, there's gonna be, we have to line these little holes up. There's another one right there. There's a couple of them. And that's it. That's it for that, as far as that. And then here's the original antenna. I do have it already loose. The door keeps closing on me, which kind of sucks. But we're gonna have to fish this through. However it is, I'm just gonna reverse it and install that one. It does come with instructions. It did already have one, an antenna that is. And no, I didn't remember how I took it off. I just kind of was going by it and just taking off stuff. Which kind of sucks because now I don't remember how it went. But I guess we're going to figure it out together. Let me take this cowl hood thing off, and we'll fish this guy out, and we'll fish the new one in. Hang tight. Okay, we got the cover taken off. Kind of just have it sitting here. Probably not the greatest spot, but And when you're working alone, you gotta do what you gotta do. But here's our antenna. Really beat, old, broken. See if you can see this though. That looks like a hole that's just got punched through, so I don't even know if maybe this didn't come with an antenna, or that's a kind of a funky looking factory hole. But we're gonna run with it, so that's where it came from, that's where the new one's going. I'll set you guys down real quick. I'm basically just gonna pull this guy through. Oh, maybe you guys can see. I hope it doesn't have to go the other way. Oh, that came out. There we go. So besides taking off 1/2-inch bolt here behind the door, goes here. Got another 1/2-inch hole here. So that guy there. And then you got your screws right through there. That's these guys here. You should be able to get to your antenna and pull it through. And I mentioned our antenna is from Retro Antenna from Retro Sound. There you go. Part number, blah, 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 blah. There you go. So that's the one that we got. Here's our antenna. Here's our cable. Where did I put the cable? Oh, I hope it's a whole new thing, not just a new antenna. Okay, here's some other pieces. Here's some other pieces. Oh, that's weird. Let me double check these other boxes, make sure there's not another box. Don't tell me I gotta reuse this. Reuse that cord. That cord looks kind of not in the greatest shape. Maybe this thing unscrews. Huh. Let me check this out real quick, and I'll be back with you guys, hopefully with a new cord. Found it. That's it for that. It's just been extremely hot, man. That this actually took me a couple days to do. One, because it was just too much to bear, man. You know, 106, 107. I feel like under this canopy, you know, you just don't get no air. But I still managed to get it in there. Every time I wanted to record something, the phone would just say overheating or battery dead, or it wouldn't say nothing. I'd just look over it and it'd be just black. And I'm like, man, I'm going to mess up my phone. But let's spin you around, show you what we got. And I'll do this last piece more of a update because it's obviously already installed, but it wasn't too hard. As far as for the antenna, I just removed it exactly how I put it back. This antenna, the actual antenna base or the shaft of it, I'm not sure what you want to call it, but it's a little bit longer than the factory one, so it doesn't really fit, at least in my case. I'm not sure, you know, each year's might differ a little bit, but mine was a little bit long, so I kind of had to tap it a little bit to give me a little bit extra room. It wasn't very much, but it didn't just fit. That's what I'm trying to get to. You might have to modify a little bit to make it work, but that's the name of the game. Let me turn you guys around real quick and I'll show you guys the finished antenna and the rubber insulation for the cowl. And then we're gonna try to put this hood back down by ourselves and hopefully be done with this. At least those two things. We're nowhere near done anything. But let me turn you around and show you what we got. So basically these are the instructions. As you can see, it says you can use a spacer on there. I ended up not using a spacer. I just used it straight on there. And then I still actually had to hit a little bit because it was still long. But since it's already on here, I'll show you what it looks like. It's a little long, I think, but I think it's nice looking. Definitely nicer than what I had. I'll show you what I had compared to what we got. But fits nice. Kind of took me a little bit to get that angle right because the more you tighten it, the way it's shaped, you start tightening it and this thing starts like, you know, getting all cockeyed and stuff. But this is made out of aluminum, so I really didn't want to mess with it too much. Right there, it's on there, solid, and it's pretty straight. It's a little bit favoring the right, I think, a little bit, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me nitpicking it, but there it is. And again, this is by Retro Sound. This is their antenna kit. This is why I even changed it to begin with. I'm probably not even going to use a radio. I mean, we haven't used the radio in forever, but you know, I definitely like put this on here. Just kind of raggedy looking, you know. I think there's a difference between patina and just ugly. You know, this thing's it's crusty. It wasn't even that much. See if I have a part number on here or something. Maybe you guys can look it up if you guys want it for yours. But it's by Retro Sound. Don't really see a number on it. Guys yelling again. Retro Sound. Oh, there you go. That's it right there. Right there. So that's what it looks on. And this is the original one. So basically this guy here, this has a small Allen wrench on there, but it's so far gone that this thing pops right off. This was actually in my glove box. For a while I had no idea what it was. And then I started messing around. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where that thing went on there. So that goes on there. And then this thing screws on here. And this thing is threaded. So that guy is obviously that guy, the top of that. Just gonna throw things on the ground for now. This piece here, this sits on top. And then this part here, this is sitting on the bottom. This is hitting the frame, or not the frame, but the cowl from the bottom. And then this is what I was calling the shaft of the antenna. This one is a little bit different. This one plugs in. I don't know if I can get this guy off with one hand, but let me set you down real quick. This guy plugs into here. You can see the little antenna piece in there. And on the new one, it's a threaded piece. And it does come with the new cord. I wasn't able to find it the first time. And that's exactly what happens when you try to do stuff in different days. You forget what you've opened, where you put it. But we were able to put that on. And then this is our new rubber piece. That pretty much just goes across. It has little holes where these go. Just line up the holes, put the screws back where you found them. It's a little tough, maybe just because it's new. A couple of days in the heat should sit just fine. As far as for the hinges, we're gonna try to loosen that up, and we're gonna try to line up our marks again on the side. We're gonna try to close this thing, and we should be good with that. So let me set you up back here and see if we run into any problems. All right, guys, hang tight. Definitely could not do that like myself. It was smashing my fingers. So let me see, maybe I could put another bolt on this side, and then we'll figure something out on the other side. Already got it loose, so we got. Okay, so this is how we did it. Clamp that thing from the side, threw a rag in here to give me the height, and I got 2 of them in there. Still missing the bottom ones, but this hood needs to kind of hinge backwards now, and I don't have anything to kind of, maybe I could try to tighten this a little bit more. Maybe it's gotten loose over the last couple of days. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Let me tighten that thing up, and that should kind of, this is what I'm trying to do. See, it's open on the back side, so I need this to kind of go up that way. So let me tighten that up really quick. Okay, wasn't that bad. Get the marks lined up again. Got 3 bolts on each one because I keep dropping them. But like they say, if 3 won't hold it, 4 never would have. So let's get off of this guy. Let's see if this hood closes. And most importantly, I know it will close because you can slam that thing, and ooh, that thing was holding it pretty good. Oh, let's get that off of there. Hey, moment of truth. Make sure I ain't got nothing in here. There's a razor blade, some money. Okay, everything seems to be good. Let's close this thing. Looks it's okay. That actually hit a little bit when I was closing, so this could probably go back a little bit. See if I can measure those gaps, but it looks like it can go back just by looking at it. Both about the same. I remember the gap looks kind of big. That can't go nowhere, so yeah, this got to go back. So we're gonna go back a little bit more and see what that looks like. All right, a little bit more. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, there she went. Yeah, that's where I wanted it. That looks a lot more consistent. Well, there she is, guys. We're gonna take that as a win. Retro sound. Antennas in. The rubber is in. So for this, I think we're gonna call this done. Got a small little recap here because yesterday I was trying to finish this up, but the phone kept dying because it was too hot. But I was gonna show you guys this. Ended up getting a chrome rear bumper. I was looking everywhere for a white original bumper to match the front, but a good friend of mine, Gilbert from Second Chance C10, ended up finding me a bumper in really good condition, and price was right, so I had to pick it up. So I definitely can't have a white front and a chrome back, so it is a lot easier to get these front end chrome. These bumpers, they're a lot more available. I actually found one that's in around this area for a decent price. Contacted the guy. I think I'm gonna pick it up later on today. So we are gonna be going with chrome. I think chrome is gonna tie it in nice with the wheels. And here's another thing. He actually also found me a side of wheel tubs. They're actually brand new, but the stamping was off, and the guy who bought it did not like it. He was going more for a show quality truck, but for me, man, I'll take those all day. So we will be extending these because as of right now, the wheels already hit the side, so we were not going to be running any kind of wheel wells to begin with. But I think later on we'll be extending these at least up to here. I'm not sure how many inches that is. We can call that maybe 3 or 4 inches. So we'll be expanding these or extending these, and then we'll also be shortening these and driving these guys all the way up to the lip. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. You know, it's the little things sometimes that matter. That wasn't too much. The rubber wasn't too much, but it needs to be done. There's our overflow. That guy's going in. Hopefully I can find the rubbers to these, because especially with one hand, it's not doing nothing. So I have to like kind of give a little bit of pressure on here, then it goes up. But compared to the other one, my other one didn't go up at all. So I had to always have a screwdriver with me to pop that thing open. So we're still winning. We're still winning. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time, catch you guys on the flip side.